What it do, what it do, what it do. This is your boy KQKC Boxing Network. And we are working, baby, once again. That's right. We are back in the house for another morning after show, baby. And we got my boy back. Yes, sir. He been gone on vacation doing what father's supposed to do. And let's welcome Knockout Boxing 86 TV back again with the family, baby. What's happening, Knockout?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, KQ? Salute to everybody in the chat, man. We back for another morning after show. I'm ready to talk this boxing with y'all. Everybody probably wondering why my camera off. I got COVID, man. I tested positive for COVID, so I'm quarantining, but we good. It's just a mild case, and we all right. We just here to talk this boxing. But any prayers, any thoughts are much appreciated. But we good, man. We good, man, and ready to get to it. So y'all just keep me in your thoughts, man, as I try to kick this little COVID down the street, man. You know what I mean?
Most definitely, brother. Most definitely, man. We're always praying for you and your family, man. We're always praying for everybody in the Knockout and KQKC family, baby. All right. So let's see who all. Well, first of all, we had some good night of boxing last night. I'm talking about the prelims. Now it was only 2 fights. I think it should have been 3, but it was 2 fights last night. And those 2 fights were great. That was a good kickoff to the main card. And then the main card, that took off. I mean, I wasn't mad at it. Matter of fact, the judges in the last main card, I mean, I was very surprised. Well, we're going to get to that. All right. But first, we got to see who all in the building right now. All right. We got Jafari Season up in here. All right. We got Just Do Boxing up in here. Yes, sir. He said, big salute, KQ. And the OG, and salute to my brother, Knockout Boxing 86 TV. All right. And Yoda Wise Crush is up in here. Ray Patterson is up in here. Bolay is up in here, baby. What's happening? All right, we got Jose Diaz in here. YGB22 is up in here, baby. And we got my girl, YouTube 91. Great call yesterday, my sister. Yesterday morning, all right. She know her boxing, and that's what I like. I like to see a female know they boxing, all right. Now we got Macadam Mac of the South. What's going on, Macadam Mac of the South? All right. We got Stormy B Man the Sensei. He said, I take sausage and eggs, girls and toast, grits and toast. What the hell you talking about?
All right. That shit sound good, bro. That sound good. I'm over here eating this old bland ass chicken noodle soup for breakfast, man.
You know what? You probably don't have no taste.
That's what it is. I can taste it. It's just bland as hell. The Gatorade tastes good though, but that shit, like I got my taste and shit. I just got a little fever and shit, 99 fever, but that shit sound good. I don't like that. Stormy, don't take that out the chat, bro. Take that out the chat, Stormy. Shit.
All right. Yes, sir. Hey, but that's all right, Knockout, man. You doing good, better than some, baby. Trust me.
Yeah. I'm counting my blessings. We good, man.
Yes, sir. All right. Who else we got in here? We got man Teach in here. Teach is back. All right. And what's going on? My man TZ Frank is up in here. And we got my man Bruce Gas, Boxer Jazz, and more is up in here, baby. All right. Okay. And who else we got up in here? All right. We got, and I think that's it for right now. All right. For right now. All right. So, all right. Let's get busy, baby. Let's talk about it. All right. So,
yes, sir, man. Let's talk about the prelim. Let's talk about Rashidi Ellis, man. Yes. He came off a long ass layoff, and he couldn't even get around then, man. They need to get him in it. They need to get his ass back in the ring ASAP because he ran through that dude he was fighting, man. But what you got on that fight? It ain't much to talk about, but Rashidi Ellis came back and did his thing, man.
Yeah, he did. But I just got a problem, man. Knockout. Rashidi Ellis, yes, he won. He got the stop and knockout. But I like to see him step it up a little bit. I like to see him get rounds, and I still think I see a lot of things missing. And right now, I think maybe because of inactivity, I didn't see the jabs wasn't straight. What he was throwing wasn't straight, and I'm not saying he boxed sloppy, but he's a big guy. He got power, no doubt about that. He got movement, no doubt about that. But I think he can do a little bit better But like I say, it might be ring rust. I might be just looking at that. But we got to see in the next fight, because when you have a big layoff like that, that what happens. When you get in there and you fight someone, and someone that's really not up at your level, and you go in there, you overwhelm him, and he's a big guy, and he got power, and he ain't no joke. Trust me, he ain't no joke. I can tell you that, because when he go more than 3, 4, 5 rounds, you're gonna see he got a great ring IQ, I believe. He knew how to get out of trouble real fast. I mean, it's only one round though, but he did what he had to do, and he went in there and caught him. He caught him once and twice, so it's not too much to talk about. But I would like to see him step it up. That's what I would like to see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight someone else.
Okay.
That dude that he fought was a last minute replacement. The fighter that he was supposed to fight was much better and would have gave him rounds. He was a tough guy out of Argentina. Only had one loss, but I think he either had visa issues or he got sick or something. And so they did this. They replaced him with this dude. I think his name was Marufo. This dude had 10 losses, had been knocked out 5 times. And so that's why we weren't able to see what Rashidi Ellis brought to the table, just because he was in there with somebody that didn't belong in the ring with him. I will say, from a positive aspect, he did what you're supposed to do when somebody don't belong in the ring with you. He dusted his ass off and got him up out of there. But I agree with you. A lot of ring rust, a lot of fundamentals that might be missing. But he had a nice check left hook. His hands look fast. I just remember, OG, I was talking to the brother Key. I was talking to Money. We were over on Everything Boxing panel, and Rashidi Ellis, he said something about Boots Ennis, talking about Boots ain't the boogeyman, talking about he want to fight Boots. And I said, look, bro, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe you. And like, tell me that after the fight. And sure enough, OG, after the fight, I can't find no footage of him calling out Boots Ennis after the fight. And so when I was telling people like, man, we got to wait. And this is just my overall thoughts on boxing, bro. Like, all these dudes, when they got a fight coming up, they always will fight anybody. They always attach themselves to somebody and call their name out. So I'm of the mindset, I'm gonna wait till after you fight, when you ain't got nothing going on, to see if you're really serious. And looks like, unless somebody can provide some footage, looks like he wasn't serious. He was just clout chasing off of Boots Ennis, like I said he was, bro.
Right.
So but based on that performance though, OG, 1 round in like 19 months, he need to leave Boots Ennis alone anyway. That's not gonna go well for him. So but he did what he was supposed to do. Nothing too bad, just look rusty, and hopefully PBC can keep him active. We definitely need to see him in the ring again this year, man. Like, he need to be in there in the next 2 or 3 months, because he didn't take no damage. He didn't do shit. He fought for like a minute and a half, bro.
Right.
So they need to do like Top Rank, and this is where you got to give Top Rank their credit. They need to keep their people busy, man. When Top Rank have somebody get out like that, you'll see their ass the next month.
Right.
You'll see their ass the next month. They'll fight in July. They'll beat somebody up in 1 round, then they'll be fighting in August. Yes, you know what I'm saying? That's what we need from Rashidi Ellis, bro, so he can get back, in the thick of things, and get back to being a contender, and see if he can get a shot at one of these titles, man.
Yes, sir. But when you was going back to what you're saying about they calling out Boots and things like that, I think that's the gold standard for a prospect or a contender or a rookie or amateur turning pro. That's what they do. That let people know that, okay, I want some smoke. I need some attention. I need somebody to focus on me. So if I'm calling out Boots Ennis, and everybody look at me, right? Look how Blair the Flair. Look how he was talking about Earl Spence. What he do? He put the focus on him. Then everybody would start talking about Blair the Flair, and then everybody started laughing at when he didn't live up to who he said he was. So I think that's like the gold standard. Try, and maybe try to succeed. But these fighters that at the level of the top level fighters, they know, come on, he just tripping. He just clout chasing. That's all.
OG, I feel what you're saying, but think of it like when Earl was doing that shit, you could tell he really meant it, because he was doing that shit before his fights, after his fights, when he didn't have shit going on. He was calling motherfuckers out. Same with Jerron Boots Ennis. Anytime you put a camera in front of Jerron Boots Ennis' face, whether he got a fight coming up, whether he don't got nothing coming up, he always saying he want the smoke. My issue is with guys that will say they want the smoke when they got a fight coming up and they know they unavailable, But then after that fight, all of a sudden you ain't calling that dude out no more.
That's right.
That's what I got a problem with. That's what I'm speaking on.
Okay. What's good, Nelly? What's good, Carla Jenkins? What's up, Pool Counter Boxing? What's going
Pool
on?
Counter, what up? Drink more water. What's up?
Yes,
What happened with Drink More Water? I caught the tail end of the call last night. I fell asleep. What were you congratulating him on?
Man, Drink Water hit it big last night, baby. Man, he hit it big on the betting shit.
Oh yeah. Me too.
Yeah, man, he hit it big not once but twice. Man,
yeah, I was worried. Yeah. I was worried when that Ray Vargas scorecard started. Kind of like, nah, bro, don't do me like that. Mark Magsayo, he didn't win that fight, but we'll get to it, man.
And he congratulated you on the Bam Rodriguez. You know, you made him some money. You know, thanks to you, he can. You know, he gave you credit for that. Your pick. So I mean, yeah, you know, and he hit me with a nice super chat last night. And I mean, I said, man, he must really. Then he explained to me what he won and everything. I'm like, God damn, I got to get into this business.
you know your boxing. You might well make a little money off your knowledge, OG.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. I think I'm gonna try this. And now, when I saw that, you know, I'm the type of person that it bothers me now. I got to look into it. Right. But congratulations to him, man. You know, I like
congrats, bro.
Yeah, I like to see people that win, you know, because y'all deserve it, and hell, they don't need it. You know, y'all need it.
No, they don't need it. They win so much money, shit. They can give us a little bit.
Right.
Let me ask you this, OG, before we get to the next fight. Loma, man. I ain't get to hear your thoughts on Loma. They say Loma coming back in October, man.
Yes, sir.
Who should he fight? And are you excited that he's coming back to add some more life into the lightweight division, man? Just your overall thoughts on the situation now that you know he's coming back in October.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, like I told everybody, let's get this straight. Let's cut all the chase, cut all the shit, optional shit, all that. First of all, Devin Haney is fighting George Kambosos in October. There's no way around that shit. All right. So let's stop all that capping and shit. Now, Bob is smart. All right. I think Bob Aaron knew he was coming back in October. You know, I just believe that in the back of my head. Now, when Devin get through taking care of George Kambosos, if he comes out victorious, and I think he should, then next fight, I believe, is going to be Lomachenko. I don't think Gervonta Tank Davis want to get in there because Floyd said they are focusing on no other than Ryan Garcia. Why Ryan? Don't know, but they want Ryan Garcia. Now, they tell Devin Haney, look, we don't want to fight you. Go ahead on and deal with Kambosos or whoever, but not right now. That's just the facts of it, you know. And so next, George Kambosos and Devin Haney too. And then I believe Lomachenko. Because, see, these are the same belts. The same belts he lost. And everything coming full circle. And Bob Aaron, I believe, in my mind, I believe it, that if you follow the trail, if you follow everything that went down, then Bob, everything came right back to him. You know, so Lomachenko is coming back in October. He said he's ready to fight in October, which is really not possible because Devin fights in October. So he might have to sit out for a minute or take a tune-up. No, so that's a good idea, you know, fight somebody else. But who would it be? You know, so I'm very interested to see how the lightweight division heat up, you know. So but these yes, YouTube 91 said the biggest payday is Ryan sells good and he the real email champ. Well,
shit,
yeah,
Ryan ain't even email champ. Shit, he ain't no champ at all. He ain't even that OG.
You know,
I'm excited for Loma, man. Like I know a lot of brothers, you know, and sisters don't really rock with Loma, but he can fight, man. You know what I mean? Like if you don't like that he got a lot of opportunities that maybe he didn't deserve because Bob Abrams showed him a lot of favoritism. I agree with that. But it's still on you to take advantage of those opportunities. And for the most part, he's been able to do that. And we say that he's one of the best 3 lightweights that we have in boxing right now. I'm happy to see him get back because I want to see him mix it up. I want to see him get in the mix. Now, in my world, he can come back and fight Tank Davis. Like that's the fight that I would want more than anything as a boxing fan, but I know it's not realistic. So I think they're looking at a tune-up for him because, like you, I believe this was the plan all along to try to get Loma a shot at those belts, whether it be through Kambosos or Haney. They wanted Haney. So what they really want to do, in my opinion, is they got Loma preparing for Haney this whole time. He in camp, right? He been in camp this whole time preparing for Haney, and they're gonna give him some soft touch tune-up, right, to just stay active. But in reality, he been getting ready for Haney this whole goddamn time, bro. Yeah. This whole goddamn time. The matchmakers and shit, they trying to get film on Haney. That's why they got him. That's why they want him to do 2 fights before fighting Loma. But make no mistake about it, bro. This is why I always said it was all cap when it was like Devin Haney and his team was trying to go make a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis because Abram got a plan, bro. Like he's always had that same plan. He's not going to risk those belts leaving Top Rank. So he is trying to do everything he can to get Devin Haney to end up losing to Lomachenko. And so that's why he got Kambosos just out here on a crash dummy mission. Just like, damn, if we couldn't rob him the first time. And make no mistake, they tried. They tried to rob Haney. Like, go look at the scorecards.
They tried, but it just was.
He just beat his ass too bad, so he got to go beat his ass horribly again, which I know he can do. And then they're gonna try to finally put Loma on him. But this has always been Bob's plan, bro. Like, y'all are crazy if you think Loma ain't been over there studying Devin Haney, and that's who he been preparing for this whole time. It's gonna be a tune-up fight. So I'm thinking somebody like Jermaine Ortiz, who just came up to 135, Nakathila, the guy that just knocked out Burchell, that lost to Shakur Stevenson. They're gonna put him in the ring with somebody like that to keep him busy, and then he gonna be in there. He gonna be in there with Devin Haney at the beginning of next year. That's just what I believe, man. You know what I mean? But I'm happy that he's coming back, man. It's good for the lightweight division when we have Loma back, man.
Yeah, it is. And now keep in mind, Loma, I believe he's slowing down, but he haven't slowed down. If you know what I mean. He's still that same small, fast guy, but he's not as fast. Now, most guys do have his number. Like I watched last night how Frank Martin had fought. You know, you throw the left and you fall out to the right before the counter comes. That's what Lomachenko does. But he uses angles more during the fight and when he's up close. And I think a lot of fighters starting to get the hang of that. But now they got to get the timing. And Lomo is hard to get a timing down on him because he just moves so fast and his feet so fast. So that's going to be a good fight because we talking about great pure boxer versus another pure boxer. You know, so let's see how that play out. You know, but then again, we got to look at the power. Who got better power, Devin or Lomachenko? You know, so you got to look at that also. Now, we know about Tank. We know he got power. That's one thing about Tank. He does got power. But one thing about that power knockout from Gervonta Davis, it's overshadowing his pure boxing skills. He got great boxing skills, but everybody looking at his power. You know, you got to look at his boxing skills. Look how he baited rolling in. Look how he boxed with Pitbull Cruz. You know, his boxing skills is underrated, you know, by the big knockouts, you know. And those will put asses in his seats. He's young, he's fresh, he's hip. You know, he attract the young people. You know, he's tattooed down. He's, you know, he's right now. He's, you know, he putting asses in the seat. And the Mayweather and the PBC like that, and he likes that. You know, so they don't care about the belts right now. They just care about making that money and putting them asses in the seats and making them big fights possible. So, all right. That's all.
Listen, man, you hit the nail on the head. Like, he got really good boxing skills. Those boxing skills are used to set up those knockouts. If you go look at the knockouts that he sets them up, and you can see him planting seeds. You know, earlier in the fight, he caught Rolly with that left hand a couple of times before he ever knocked him out with it. Leo Santa Cruz, he picked up on Leo Santa Cruz punching, doing the same combination over and over again in them ropes, and then he slipped one and threw an uppercut. With Mario Barrios, he fainted down low, and then caught him with that hook over the top. Like, he sets up his knockouts, and you have to have boxing skills in order to do that. So I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you on that, man.
Yeah, and I totally agree on drink more water. He said, yeah. He said that's why I got Tank over everyone at 35. That boy can box his ass off and will get you out of there. So yes, sir. So there you go.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
uh, uh,
he will, bro. He will
yeah.
for sure. But
Now, all
excuse.
right. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Yes, sir. Who you got? What you got
Yes,
next?
sir. Let's get to the let's do the main card, man. Let's do the first fight on the main card. Your boy Frank Martin.
Okay. All
Your
right.
boy Frank Martin versus Jackson Marinez. Jackson Marinez was a late replacement as well. He put
Mm-hmm.
up a pretty good fight. What you got on that fight?
Man, yes, he did. He came to fight, and a lot of people got a little antsy, a little nervous. Actually, I did too. But I knew that Frank Martin is a very skilled boxer, and Derrick James, he coached and trained. I mean, he coached his ass off last night. Uh, um, Martinez, I said Martinez, but he came to fight last night, no doubt about it. He had the longer reach, he had the height, and Ghost Martin was trying to find a way to get on the inside, so he would feint, let him bite off of it for a couple times. Then he used the right hook, then stab him down in the body, all right, with the left hand. Now he was doing it all day long, but he didn't put his shots together. Now, of course, as the round went on, they got closer and closer. Then Martin, first he did was he went straight in and started pretty much sitting down on the punches. So, other words, he started trying to put them together. Now, of course, Martinez, he still was throwing those straight rights, baby, and they were starting to land on Martin because Martin was coming down and dipping. And then Martinez would catch him on top of the head, dipping like that. So you can't get hit on the equilibrium. And that could have thrown him off, but he didn't. But then Martin, I guess Derrick James, I had the TV down. So I think Derrick James probably say, look here, you're going to have to turn it up some. You're going to have to get on the inside. And then Martin came out there, got a little closer, and started wailing. All right. And that right hook pretty much hurt him with that one against the ropes. Then Martin just started welling. He started going up top, downstairs, and around the corner, everywhere you can throw a punch. And I like it. And the reason why I like that fight is because he got rounds. He had competition. He fight a guy that was pretty much taller, longer reach. I mean, I like it. He needed that. And he still, Derrick James is still on the way. Still think he needs some time before he hit the big leagues. So I mean, he's a problem right now at 35. He takes his time. He's a slow starter. I can see that now. He's a slow starter, but he will figure you out. Now, someone said that one thing about Derrick James, he's never satisfied. He never satisfied, right? Because Frank Martin, when he won, Derrick James still looking like, man, you could have done better. That's the way he expressed. He didn't say that, but that's the way his expression is. And that's good. You need a coach that's like that. You need a coach that want to critique everything. He wants you to be perfect. He wanted you to be a 100 in there. And Frank Martin, he started doing that. He's in the southpaw stance, and he started welling with the right hook. And that right hook really put Martinez down. That was for good. I think that on that one. So man, I love the fight. I love what Frank showed. He was patient. He didn't rush. Normally, I know he get guys out of there, but he took his time and he had a great competition because this guy came to fight last night. He didn't come to get no paycheck knockout. He came to fight last night, and with the longer reach and the height, he got it done. Martin did. So, but it was a good fight. So, what you
Yeah,
think?
man, you absolutely right. Like this was the opposite because this was the night of last minute replacements. Like this guy Jackson Marinez, we know he fought Rolly. I felt like he really beat Rolly, but he was a last minute replacement for Frank Martin as well. Frank Martin was supposed to fight Nunez, who was the guy that Tank Davis knocked out back in 2019. But Nunez he's the one that had visa issues, and so Frank Martin ended up having Jackson Marinez step in the last minute. And this was the opposite. Rashidi Ellis, his replacement opponent wasn't better than the guy he was supposed to fight. Frank Martin's replacement opponent was actually better and an actually better fighter than the guy that he was supposed to fight. So it turned out to be a blessing in disguise because Frank Martin isn't the tallest 135 pounders. I think he's like 5'7". And so watching him deal with a tall, long, rangy fighter who had boxing skills, that was cool. Frank Martin, like you said, he did get caught with that straight right hand a lot. So he's gonna have to clean that up because you can't have your hand on the line, and that's the number one weapon against a southpaw when you fight an orthodox fighter. And Marinez was landing that pretty consistently. Now, I felt like because I was listening to the commentary, they were trying to make it seem like Marinez was uber competitive and he was winning the fight. I don't think he was ever winning the fight. Frank Martin was pretty like in control of the fight, but Frank Martin, he did a good job. And you alluded to it. Derrick James did tell him, he said, look, man, get inside, start with the body and then climb the ladder up top. And that's when you saw Frank Martin start to kind of jab his way in, start with the hook down to the body and then finish, with a cleanup hook, as they call it. You know what I'm talking about, OG, where you finish with that hook over the top. And he started catching Marinez with it. And this is the second fight in a row. Marinez, the moment he started getting hit flush in that 9th round, it rattled him and it wobbled him. And if you remember, his last fight was against Richard Comey, and Richard Comey just demolished him. And so when you get beat like that, it can do something to your chin. And I think Marinez, he's now been knocked out 2 times in a row. I want to see who he fights next. But it seems like, OG, he might be turning into that guy that has the good boxing skills, but the moment that you touch that chin, you're gonna crack it. You know what I mean? Like he don't seem like he can take a solid shot because it's the second time in a row I seen him. Because Frank Martin, he was hitting Marinez the whole fight, but the moment that he really put one on him in the 9th round, that he got hurt and he never really recovered. Now, one thing I did notice for Frank Martin in the 10th round, I want to see when he gets somebody hurt, I want to see that punch placement get a little better. I thought, as you said he started welling. I don't like for guys to finish like that. I like for you to place your shots. Now that you got him hurt, 2 really good shots is better than throwing 5 shots hoping that one of them get through. Because you don't want to punch yourself out. Because as he steps up in competition, you might get hurt, but guys are gonna know how to survive a little bit better. They're gonna know how to weather the storm. And if you get to throwing 100 punches trying to get them out of there, and you punch yourself out, and they okay, that fight that could go bad for you. So I want to see him get better at finishing. I have no doubt that Derrick James probably sees the exact same thing. But overall, a very good performance from Frank Martin. He fought a world-class boxer with respectable power, not great power, who's been in there with some of the top fighters at 135 pounds, and he got him up out of there, bro. He got him up out of there. Like Jackson Marinez really only lost 1 time. It said he had 2 losses.
2 losses, right.
Fight, but a lot of people felt like he beat Rolly Romero. I agree with that. I think he outboxed Rolly Romero thoroughly. And then he did get knocked out by Richard Comey. So coming in fighting a fighter who only lost to a former champion, who's still relatively in his prime, that's a good performance from Frank Martin, man. I can't be mad. I can't be mad at what I saw from him. I want to see him work on, they're taking that right hand away from orthodox fighters. And I want to see him get started early with that body work and working with somebody like Derrick James. I think they can definitely fix that and do their thing, man.
All right. Make sure we got over 100-some people in here already. So hit the like button for me. All right.
Smash the like button, man.
Smash the like button. All right. Now, I want to add to this knockout.
Do you think, OG?
One thing about Frank Martin, I was happy to see him in that type of fight. And I know people saying, what you mean, KQ? I wanted to get him out there in the first round. No. You need this. He needs this because he's not going to be at 35 all his career. Because once you move up in competition, guys going to be harder to get out of there. Guys going to hit harder. And guys going to be right on your ass. It depends on, that's when.
Facts, OG, higher ring IQ, all that shit.
Yeah, facts. Yes. So you might as well start now. And that's why Derrick James is not focusing on what you do good. Focus on what you messed up or did bad or what you could have done. So that's a good coach. That's a good trainer. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what makes a good, pure boxer. All right. So
he gotta be early front runner, like by a wide margin for trainer of the year, don't he, OG?
Oh, yes, most definitely. I talked about that last night. I mean, listen, Derrick James, yes, Jamel is undisputed. No doubt about it. Earl Spence is a unified champion with 3 belts. Hopefully, by that time, he would be undisputed. All right. And then you got Frank Martin. He is signed with Man Down Promotions, but he is trained by none other than Derrick James. So and these ain't the only trainer. Fighters that Derrick James is training. But he got to be one of the best trainers. I mean, he gave Earl Spence some good advice in the you guys fight. All right, he made Earl Spence come on and step it up, baby. All right, don't let him stand there and just throw them roundhouse right hands on you. I mean, he coached in Earl Spence fight and so far in Frank Martin fight. Those are two fight and Jamel. I told Jamel when he was fighting the last fight with Castano. Hey, you gotta put the pressure on him, baby, and start sitting down on him. I mean, so he has to be, Eddie Rinaldo. Eddie
Yeah,
Rinaldo.
OG, and even if Earl, let's say the Earl and Bud fight happened, and
Uh-huh.
even if Bud beat Earl, right, to
Yeah.
have a fighter unify, then another fighter go, get undisputed in Jamel Charlo, have a
Uh-huh.
hot prospect in Frank Martin, and then even if Earl fight for undisputed and he lose to Bud Crawford, I mean
Uh-huh.
that's still a damn good year, bro. That's still a great year for a trainer. Like he could
Oh
still
yeah.
win
Yeah.
trainer of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. And one thing about it, I like. And I'm not trying to throw shade on Eddie, but maybe it sound like it. But Eddie Rinaldo, he's focused on Canelo Alvarez, and that's it. He trained him. He was not in training. He's not there. This is what I'm hearing allegedly. Ryan Garcia spoke about it. Andy Ruiz spoke on it. Only when Canelo is having a fight that they keep the gym private. It's not like the Floyd Mayweather gym where you can come in anytime and walk around and all that. All right. So, I mean, maybe Eddie Rinaldo need to open up a little bit to the other fighters and go over there and help out the other fighters. Freddie Roach does it. Derrick James does it. So sometimes that builds a great trainer. And keep in mind, just because he has Earl Spence don't make him a good trainer, because he was a good trainer before Earl Spence. And one thing about it, that's what I'm talking about, because it wasn't for Earl Spence's father that asked Derrick James to help him out with his son, then they would never got together. Same with Bomac. I don't think Bomac should even be third runner up, in my opinion. Because basically, I don't see him doing a lot of good coaching in the corner. But we'll see how it play out this year. I think Derrick James should win it. Really, hands down. I mean, you can't deny him that. So, but that's all I got on that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and real quick,
Uh-huh.
wanted to answer your question. Both Yardenis Ugas and Kell Brook were bigger than Errol Spence. If you like,
Okay.
if you wanted to watch those fight, he was asking us what's the time that Derrick James fighter beat a bigger guy. Kell Brook
Okay.
and Yardenis Ugas were both bigger than Errol Spence, and Jackson Marinez was bigger than Frank Martin last night. So it
Mm-hmm.
is what it is. And whatchamacallit, Tony Harrison is bigger than Jamel Charlo too. So, you know, it is what it is. But let me ask you this, OG. We were
Okay. What's
talking
up,
about
Zena? What's up, OTB? What's
Zenith.
up?
What up, bro?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Omega Red? And what's going on, Bunny? Bunny. All right. Real Spill, Midwest Boxing Talk is up in here. All right. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead. Yeah,
So
go ahead.
let me ask you this, man. So um a couple of things on Earl Smith and Terrence Crawford. First
Mhm,
about Terrence Crawford. So
mhm.
I was listening to Bernie the Boxer, and he was making the assertion that what's holding up the fight is that the PBC is not coming correct, and that the PBC is trying to lowball Terrence Crawford in his opinion. And you have some that are running with this as if it's a fact, right? And so what I want to ask you is, number one, do you think there is any merit behind that? Do you think that this fight is on hold because of the PBC? And if not, then what do you think the holdup is on getting this fight made?
First of all, they're not lowballing Terrence Crawford. Let's stop this shit. Okay, they're not lowballing Terrence Crawford. All right, Terrence Crawford is highballing his ass. That's what it is. But I mean, this is what we call business of boxing. You're not gonna bet on something that you ain't not sure about. But you give him an opportunity to make what he asking for on the back end. So you get a guaranteed, but not what you want, but you're gonna get a nice guaranteed. Then on the back end, which I think it shouldn't be no problem, because once his fight take place, I think he will get basically what he want and more. But you got to be realistic. You got to really have some. See, this is what I'm saying. I've been saying this for the longest. You got to have somebody in your ear. You got to have somebody around you that have the basic common sense to talk to you and say, look here, man, look, this is what it is. I'm sorry, but no, this is how it is. This is how it's going to be. Let's take it or leave it, because you're not going to make that type of money with nobody else. I mean, not even Boost or Tease, Connor Ben, Keith Thurman, none of them at 147. That's not going to happen. But I don't think that PBC is lowballing him. PBC is looking at what he has done. PBC is saying what he's bringing in. PBC is looking at how many asses he put in the seats. How does he do on pay-per-view? I mean, they take all this in account. This ain't the giving business. All right. This is the earn me business. And they are in business to make money, not to lose money. They're not even trying to break even. They want to make a profit. And right now, to make a profit, they have to do it this way. Now, either you can take it or you can motherfucking walk away. Now, is he gonna walk away? I don't think so. All right. Now, allegedly, people saying that this fight is already been done. Earl Spence said they're closer than they ever been. He said that last night. So let's see. And I told everybody we're gonna get this fight this year. Because, like I say, one thing about Terrence Crawford, he has a great ring IQ. He's a great boxer. I give him all the respect in the world. And he is not no damn dummy. Yes, hey, there's nothing wrong with trying. There's nothing wrong with trying, but that don't mean that you're gonna get it. All right. So, be happy, and like I say, both guys gonna come out with this smelling good. Terrence Crawford can go ahead and have his retirement after 2 more fights, like he said. And he gonna be sitting pretty. And that's what's so good about this knockout. Both of these guys are elite fighters. Now,
Facts.
I don't agree with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn said, and I quote and unquote, he said that Triple G and Canelo Alvarez, they are legends. But Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, they just elite fighters. So our fight is bigger than that fight. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. For one, I mean, yes, Canelo is a good fighter, but Canelo, look how let's we don't want. I don't got time to go down the memory lane. But one thing about it, we know how he got there. We know who he avoided. We know who he didn't avoid. So let's be that honest. Now, Terrence Crawford, he didn't avoid, he wanted that smoke. Earl Spence wanted that smoke. So it's a difference in elite and a legend. Yes, it is. But I think he got it vice versa wrong. That's what I mean. All right. So, but like I say, these are 2 black fighters with 2 great boxing skills. And it's gonna be a winner and it's gonna be a loser. And this is the sport of boxing. This is what boxing is all about. The best fighting the best. And this is one fight we got the best fighting the best. So let's be happy and let's enjoy this moment. All right? Because it's been a great year of boxing. And let's keep the same energy all the way to next year, baby. All right? All right, let's keep it moving.
You drop so many gems in there. I'm gonna try to see if I can drop some of my own. Look, man, and that's why I respect Drink, because I've been reading his comments or whatever. And that's why I respect that brother, because he got above winning, he above fan and shit, but he's so realistic and he understands what's bullshit. And so for me, man, I just don't like people running with shit because they want to fit a certain narrative, right? That to fit what they want to be true. Like, if you want to tell me that Terrence Crawford is being lowballed by the PBC, or you want to tell me that Terrence Crawford is overpricing himself, what is Terrence asking for? Nobody knows, bro. Nobody knows what he's asking for, right? What is the PBC offering him? Nobody knows what they offer him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows that shit, right? Furthermore, nobody knows if it's a rematch clause. Maybe Terrence want a rematch clause and they don't want to give it to him. Maybe the PBC want to offer him a 2-3 fight deal and he only want a one and done deal. Like, nobody knows, bro. Nobody knows. People running around here acting like they know shit just for clicks and all that shit, bro. That's some bullshit, man. That's some straight up and down bullshit. So for me, man, I don't believe the PBC is lowballing them. I don't believe any of that shit. I believe what Earl Spence is saying. I believe what Terrence Crawford is saying. They both saying that fight gonna happen this year, bro. So how do we know that shit ain't already done? and they just waiting to announce the PBC fall schedule. So I'm gonna stay optimistic because the two fighters in the situation are being extremely optimistic about it, and they both believe that the fight is gonna happen, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up and down. So why are we acting like it's like people OG are just trying to find a way to like shit on the fighter? Like I honestly believe OG, some people don't even want the fight. They just want to be right with the narratives and shit that they push, man. You can't get me to believe nothing else other than that. Some people been saying that Earl and is ducking for so long, KQ. They've been saying that shit for 3 or 4 years, video after video, live stream after live stream. And now if the fight happened, all that shit flips on his head. And now all of a sudden that shit become a bunch of bullshit that you have to stand on because you turned out to be wrong. And so as a result, people are looking for any little inkling of the fight not happening. When in reality, bro, both of the fighters are talking like this shit gonna happen this year. So I'm with you. I agree wholeheartedly. I think the fight gonna happen this year. Yeah. I heard Earl Spence say it in the same interview that you listened to. He talking very positive about the fight. And for all we know, the fight could be done, man. The fight could be done. They just waiting to announce it. So that's what I'm coming with, and that's what I hope is the case, man.
Yeah. All right. Real quick. Nobody time out Bunny. All right. I don't know who did that, but don't time him out. All right. Her out. All right. Because she hasn't done anything. All right. No, she has. Who did that? All right. But be mindful. All right. Everybody has their own opinion here. All right. It doesn't matter you agree with me or not. They have a right to their opinion. All right. So don't do that. All right. All right. What's up, B&B Boxing News? What's
B&B Boxing News. What's up? IOG co-main event. 1,000 punches in 6 rounds. Brandon Figueroa versus Carlos Castro, man. What you got on that fight?
Man, I told everybody before this fight started. Brandon Figueroa, hey, welcome to Featherweight, baby. All right. Oh, that was me, OG. My bad. Oh, no, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Drink more water. Mistakes happen. All right. All right. Line of fire. All right. Now, Brandon Figueroa, I told everyone before this fight started. Brandon Figueroa, yeah, he looked like he looked, but he don't fight like he look. All right. Now, Brandon Figueroa pretty much came out, bought his time, and tried to come in on the inside. Now, one thing about Brandon Figueroa, he switches so much in the fight that sometimes it look like he's fighting with both hands. He had switched from the orthodox to a southpaw, then back to orthodox. So but he will stay on you. He will wear you down. And I think that's what he did with Castro. He wore him down all night long. He kept coming. And then, yes, he punched himself out the first time. He had him hurt against the ropes, and then he'd have a chance to finish him. He could have finished him, but he ran out of gas. He ran out of steam. So, but he came back and got this second win, which I believe he did. He got that second win. And see, Brandon Figueroa, he's not pretty. You're not gonna see no pretty jabs from him. You're gonna see him running in, throwing 2, 3, 4, 5 jabs, and come in and work and put that arm under his and work with that free hand. That's his fight. That's his bread and butter. He loved to do that. And he is a rough and tumble fighter. He don't look like it, but he is. Now, Castro was on his back foot all night long. Then, of course, he had to bring it out to the center of the ring because Brandon Figueroa was that's bread and butter against that ring, against the ropes, baby. All right, yes, sir, against the ropes, and that's when he go to work. I mean, he go upstairs, downstairs, to the stern, to the left, right, level. That's what he does. Now, of course, Brandon Figueroa starts sitting down on his punches now. Now he's coming from 122 to featherweight first time, and then he went and tested himself. He went in there and he hit him with some hard punches. Now, when you run into a punch, that's even harder. And Castro trying to bounce off the ropes and ran into a right hand, ran into a left hand. So basically, Brandon Figueroa got him out of there with work activity. You named it. Over 1,000 some punches thrown. That's what got him out of there. Activity, baby, activity. And that's what happens with them Figueroa brothers, both of them. All right. So that's how I looked at the fight. I think Castro was trying to box, but you cannot really box. And this is what I got mad at Stephen Fulton about. All right. Well, at first I did. Okay, I was like, why is Stephen Fulton fighting Brandon Figueroa fight? Well, he couldn't fight no other way because he couldn't box him because Brandon Figueroa was right in his face every step of the way, inch by inch and step by step. He was right in his face. So what he had to do is say, you know what? I got to bang with this dude, and that's what he did. He banged with him, and he came out on top. So that's what I saw last night. But Castro didn't have the talents before him. So with that, he got him out of there. So welcome to featherweight. So that's how I look at it. All right.
Yeah, man. Look, Brandon Figueroa is turning into a fighter to where guys have to fight his fight. Like even Stephen Fulton, you alluded to it. Stephen Fulton got the W, but he got the W, and he was forced to fight Brandon Figueroa in the way that he wanted to fight him. And Brandon Figueroa is very awkward, switches stances like seamlessly. But with all those punches that he throw in the volume, and he don't have the greatest power, but it's above average. And when you throw that many punches, you don't need to have the greatest power. You can overwhelm your opponents. And so I told people in the pre-fight breakdown it was going to come down to Castro being able to maintain his distance and just box. Or if he ended up fighting Figueroa's fight, he ain't going to have no chance. And the moment that Figueroa was able to impress his will and get inside, Castro was actually winning a couple of rounds here and there, but it's only a matter of time if you can't keep up that work rate. Now, Figueroa has a lot of holes defensively, but he's one of those guys, man. He makes up for those holes by being so offensive and so aggressive that you really can't do anything with it. You know what I mean? That you really can't do anything about how he's coming, man. And he really puts it on guys. And so Castro, about round 5, he started getting tired. He started letting Brandon Figueroa push him up against the ropes and shit. And that's the last place you want to be against Brandon Figueroa is against the ropes. He started landing hooks down to the body, finishing up top. And people say it's a bad stoppage. I just know that when you taking 100 punches and you ain't throwing shit back, the ref is gonna assume that you don't want to fight no more, bro, because you ain't fighting. You just getting your ass whipped on. You know what I mean? And so for Castro too, when people were saying it was a bad stoppage, go look at what Castro did. Castro didn't complain. No. Castro didn't protest. Shit, he wanted out. He wanted out. So Brandon Figueroa, he made himself known to the featherweight division. And I think he let the plans of the PBC slip, OG, because he said he's fighting the winner next of Ray Vargas and Mark Magsayo. So I expect Brandon Figueroa to get a title shot because there was a WBC title eliminator. So it'll probably be him versus Ray Vargas. I think that's a really good fight, really good championship level fight. And so, you know, man, Brandon Figueroa came to featherweight, knocked out his opponent. And if he wants that Stephen Fulton shot, this is the best way to get it. Make yourself a champion. And Stephen Fulton, when he move up to 126, he gonna have to see Brandon Figueroa again because Brandon Figueroa felt like he won that fight. He felt like he got robbed. So, and it was a close ass fight. So I definitely would love to see a rematch of that fight. But overall, Brandon Figueroa did his thing. He was very, very active, like he always is. What you see is what you get with him. You're gonna get a high quantity of punches. It's gonna be up on the fighter that he's fighting against. It's gonna be on the fighter that he's fighting against in order to keep him up off of him. If you can't keep him up off of you and you can't hurt him, you in for a long night with Brandon Figueroa. But you know, he did his thing last night, man.
Yeah. Now, one thing that he alluded to, I'm talking about Vargas. We'll get to that in a minute, but he wants Leo Santa Cruz, actually. And it sounds like they're in talks already, according to Jim Gray. But I don't know, but he wants Leo Santa Cruz for some reason. He want maybe because Mexican on Mexican, I don't know. But he mentioned Leo Santa Cruz, and he really kind of like overshadowing or overlooking on Brandon Figueroa, you know. So, but if you fight Leo Santa Cruz, you're talking about punches being thrown. I think Leo Santa Cruz now, he couldn't do it with Tank, but I think with Vargas, I think he's gonna be right there standing in the pocket, and he's gonna be throwing his 100+ punches per round, and I think he might wear Vargas down. because I think Leo Santa Cruz is a better skilled fighter than Vargas. So we'll see. But it should be an interesting fight. So
Hey
yeah.
man, look, I'm always no disrespect to Brandon Figueroa. I think he deserved his shot, but I'm
Mhm.
always for unification over a defense, bro. I'm all
Yeah.
about unifying the division and people going for undisputed. So,
Mhm.
Leo Santa Cruz versus Ray Vargas. If you give me my choice of Santa Cruz versus Vargas or Vargas versus Brandon Figueroa, I want to see the unification fight and just let Figueroa fight the winner, bro.
Yeah.
And I think
Right.
all those three, any combination, those are damn good fights, man.
Yeah.
Those
Oh
are
yeah.
damn good fights. And can you
Yeah.
imagine how many punches? Like if Leo Santa Cruz was to beat Ray Vargas, can you imagine how many punches would be thrown between Leo Santa Cruz and Brandon Figueroa? You
Wow.
wouldn't you wouldn't know what to do, OG. You be calling the fight. Hit him with a left, hit him with a right, hit him with another left. He threw a left, he threw a right, he hit him with another
Man.
left. Downstairs, he
Man.
went upstairs.
Yes.
God damn it, I don't know.
Yes, like I
You
told
losing your
everybody
mind.
last night, those smaller weight classes, they will let that leather fly, baby. Man. And I love to see the light, the lower weight classes. And a lot of people don't watch smaller weight classes, but I do. And I love it. Like I told everybody, Roman Gonzalez, that's my guy. I love the way he fights. I love the way he let his hands go. And Estrada, I mean, you got the smaller weight classes, fools. I mean, they let their leather fly,
Hey,
so
y'all ask OG to tell y'all why he trying to hide his guy from my guy, man. He don't want Chocolatito to fight Jesse Rodriguez, man.
no, no,
He hiding this guy from my guy, man. He don't want to see that fight, man. We supposed to want the
no.
best possible fights, man. He
Yes,
over here,
sir.
he trying
Yeah,
to protect his fighter and shit, man.
yeah. He getting older. He's slowing down a little bit. But he's still bad now. Now, if he don't have no other choice, he will get in there with Bam now. Don't get it twisted now. He might teach the young guy a lesson now. All right,
Yeah,
remember that.
facts. Facts, man. Hey, that's a damn good fight. That's a close ass
Yes,
50-50
sir.
fight. And just do, man. That's what OG and I that's what we try to tell people, bro. Like you got to watch all the boxing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You got to watch the lower weight classes. You got
yes,
to
sir.
try to watch women's boxing, man. That's how the sport is gonna grow. If
Yeah.
we watch it, we can't complain if the sport not growing and we not getting the fights that we want if we don't
Uh-huh.
support the fights that are happening, bro. And down there in women's boxing and down there in them smaller weight classes, they
Hmm.
best fighters fight each other, and they
Yes.
fight each other multiple times, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
So we gotta support them, man. We gotta support them because otherwise, that shit ain't gonna. They're gonna be like fans don't appreciate the shit. So why should we fight? Why should we put it all on the line and people ain't gonna watch us? We might as well just do what everybody else do and just
Mhm.
pad our resume and fight. You know what I'm saying? Fight bums and not challenge ourselves. So we gotta support them lower weight classes, man, because there's a lot of dudes down there that's doing it the right day. I mean the right way. And really fighting the best possible competition. So we got to get them their flowers, man, and we gotta try to cover those guys, man.
Yes, sir. Make sure you hit the like button. We got 150 in here now, so make sure you hit the like button. And before we get on, I do want to touch on the women division, women period.
Yes,
We
sir.
have a great card coming up, and I'm talking about. I never been excited about a women's card before, to now. I mean, we talking about Clarissa Shields, Meyer. We talking about Alicia Bargardner. I mean, these are fights that we yearn for. These are fights that the Zone, ESPN brings us, and I wish PBC could get in on it too. That would make it even bigger for the women boxing. So that's going to be a fire card that night. I think that's one of the best women's card, wow, in a long time. So I'm very excited about that card. Carissa Shields, she coming to do her thing. She's gonna be fighting over London. They going back and forth. Maya saying Carissa Shields can't sell. She can't sell no tickets. Nobody don't want to see her. They going back and forth. But I can't wait to see that fight. I can't wait to see Bar Gardner. She's flashy. She pretty much throw the jab down from the knee. She pretty much got great movement, great feet. And I can't wait to see her. So I mean, this is gonna be a great woman's fight. And this women's fight is really gonna make it on the map. All right, it's really gonna put everybody on the map. So I can't wait to see it. But but yes, yes, I'm drinking one water. Clarissa was talking that talk, baby. She was. That's one thing about it. She can talk and talk. and she walked the walk too sometimes. All right, so I can't wait. All right, salute Randy
Hey
Smith.
man, that fight card, man, like
Mm-hmm.
Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall, that's just as big, if
Mm-hmm.
not bigger than Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. And we
Yep.
remember how big that was and how great a
Yep.
fight that was, man. You got the high level boxing of Clarissa Shields,
Yep.
that two weight class undisputed, going against Savannah Marshall, the boxer puncher with this natural power that typically women don't have, man. You know how is Savannah gonna deal with the boxing of Clarissa? How is Clarissa gonna deal with the power of Savannah Marshall? Will she even be able to hit Clarissa? Will Clarissa be able to counterpunch her? Like, what's gonna happen when they get caught in exchanges? Can Clarissa be defensively responsible? Man, that's a very
Right.
intriguing fight. That I can't wait to see, man.
Mhm.
As far as Michaela Meyer versus Alicia Baumgardner, man, that's a tough ass fight for Baumgardner, man.
Yeah.
Michaela Meyer is nice, bro. She
Yeah.
throw a lot of punches. She can box. She got really good power. Um, if she can take, because Baumgardner got like real pop, like put you to sleep pop with that right
Mhm.
hand. If she can take Baumgardner's power, I
Yeah.
know she got a higher work rate. But if
Right.
Baumgartner can set her shit up off the jab because she more of the sharpshooter,
Mhm.
then shit like, man, these fights are 50-50 fights and they highly intriguing, and we gotta cover them and we gotta watch them. I can't wait to hear you. I can't wait to hear you call those fights, man. They go you because you know the women, they get in
Mhm.
there and they go after it, bro. Like
Oh
two
yeah.
minutes,
Two
they
minute
in there and
round.
they after it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that card, man. I think
Mhm.
that Top Rank um and whatever the promoter is out in the UK, they did a great job with this one, man. That's gonna
Oh
be
yeah.
a fire ass card, one of the most
Yeah.
anticipated cards of the year, man. And women's boxing been shining all year. They've been
Yeah.
shining all year. They doing their thing right now. So shout out to the women putting it down, bro.
Yes, sir. Yep, most definitely. Yep, all the
Yeah,
women. Yep, Katie Taylor, Sumano. All these fighters getting names for themselves, and they building their brand, and eventually the page gonna get bigger. So I like to see that. So
yes,
yeah.
sir. Let me
Yeah.
ask you this, OG. I
Mhm.
know Chisora, he beat Kubrat Pulev yesterday.
Yes,
Now
sir.
they were talking about what should be next for Chisora. Some say he should retire on top because he's been in a lot of wars. Some were floating out the name Deontay Wilder. What do you think of Chisora? What should be next for Derek Chisora? He's 38 years old. He got 12 losses, but he is coming off a big victory. Do you want to see him in the ring again? Is it time to hang it up? What's your thoughts on Chisora, man?
Well, for sure, yes, he got the decision yesterday. But it was a hard way to get it. Both guys was out of their prime, and I think Chisora should hang it up. I think his best days are behind him now, and now he's just fighting as a punching bag, and you know that's not good for you in the long run. Sometimes you got to know when to say uncle. And he's not saying uncle. He's saying, yes, I'm still got it and I still want to keep going forward. Now, somebody, David Hay, whoever was training him, whatever, they're going to have to get in his ear and say, look here, man, I think that's about it. I think it's time for us just, take this win and go out on top and leave it alone. All right, you don't need to be fighting Deontay Wilder. 'Cause Deontay Wilder still have that right hand. No matter how long he been out, he still gonna throw that right hand. I'm quite sure. But Deontay Wilder, I don't want to see him come back either. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think that his equilibrium is all messed up. Especially after the last fight. Heavyweight division. It's a funny division. It's a very funny division. Yes, they don't throw a lot of punches, but when they throw punches. And we are talking about close to 300-pound men. Tyson Fury came in at 280 some pounds and standing at 6'9", and he pretty much beat Deontay Wilder to a pulp. Blood coming out his ear. He kept falling, could not stand up. Why? Because the equilibrium's gone. And I think it's permanently gone. I think you need to go out on top and live your best days as a great father and a great role model. That's what I think. That's my personal opinion. I tell anybody that. Yes, he had a good run and now it's over with. Sometimes you got to know when to get out of there. And Chisora, he needs to go. He should have went 2 fights ago, in my opinion. but he wants to keep on fighting and keep on fighting. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes people don't think about themselves; they think about that money, that money. All right, no matter how big or how small it is, that money always take over logic, logic. Then you find yourself 10 years from now can't put two sentences together. Then you wish you coulda, woulda, shoulda. So that's how I look at it. Knockout. I think Chisora should just, leave it alone and give it up. And Pulev, you ain't too far behind either. All right, you need to pretty much slow it down and call it, a quit. Cause we talking
Yeah,
about
he's 41. Shit, he older than Chisora.
yes, definitely, right, definitely. So we got two guys that fought yesterday, and they both out of their prime. They both knocking on the door, retirement. And I think matter of fact, they in the door. Yeah, damn it. So I think they both should be out of there. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, man. I'm with you. Like hearing Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora, it just make me nervous for both guys, bro. Because both of them. Here's why, OG. Both of them don't have defense, right? Deontay, like you said, his equilibrium looks to be off. Derek Chisora is a punching bag, and I just know they're gonna beat each other up. And what makes it worse is they both got hearts of lions, bro. Yeah. They both warriors, so they not gonna stop fighting and shit. Like they'll get hurt and keep trying to fight, which is very dangerous and shit. And then they corners and shit, they know that about them, so they not gonna throw in the towel. When they fight or get hurt, they like, nah, he gonna keep trying to punch. So I'm gonna let him go out on his shield, and that's dangerous, bro. That's dangerous. Like Chisora, first of all, you can't fight Wilder if he was taking right hands consistently from Kubrat Pulev, bro. If you taking right hands from Kubrat Pulev, like, bro, you don't want to take no right hand from Deontay Wilder, bro. Exactly. And then Deontay Wilder got a bad habit of, sticking his hand out and trying to just use his reach and leaning straight back. And Derek Chisora got a mean ass overhand right, bro. Got a mean ass overhand right. Like I don't want to see them taking them bombs from each other like that because they got too much heart. They'll hurt each other. Now it might get fight of the year. Right. It might be fight of the year contender. But man, at what cost, bro? Yeah. At what cost? Like if you really love the sport, if you really support these fighters as human beings, man, I don't want to see that shit, man. Yeah. I don't want to see that shit, bro. Like if anything, Derek Chisora just fight Kubrat Pulev for a third time, man. Right. Like just fight, like you know what I'm saying. You beat him one time, he beat you one time. If you just gotta fight again, then go ahead and fight Kubrat Pulev again, bro. But stay the hell away. Stay the hell away from Deontay Wilder, man. You don't want that right hand to touch your chin, man.
Right. Yeah. Well, Deontay Wilder, he still got the power, and like you said, they both are warriors, and they don't say uncle. Listen, look, Tyson Fury had a great game plan. He came in there down there 300 pounds and standing at 6'9". And like I say, that's a big man. And Deontay Wilder, yes, he is big, but he's slender. So Fury did what Fury did. He leaned on him. He took the legs from him. Then once you do that, you start slowing down. Then you barely can get that hand up. Then that right hand, you can barely throw it at that time because you're tired. You're exhausted. Your legs are gone. Then, you get hit and slapped with that equilibrium right there on I think it was the left side. Then your ear bleeding. That's not a good sign. And we talk about, your brain is back there. Neurologists always say blood come out your ear. That's not a good sign. All right.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Right. So I would love to see him just do what he's doing now and being a role model to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and other people in his family and wife, and make some great investments like he's doing right now. So that's what I would like to see.
Yeah, man. Like anytime guys like Chisora, Wilder, Burchell, as fight fans and as the business of boxing, you gotta say guys like that from themselves, bro. Like any fighter that will get knocked out while moving forward, throwing punches, like you gotta say them from themselves. Like Chisora and Wilder, you go look at the times that they got stopped, bro. They got stopped while throwing punches, trying to come forward. Like you gotta let them. Like they are both on the other side of 35, man.
Right.
They on the other side of 35. It's time for us to be like, nah, we good, man. Your legacy is intact. We remember you as a warrior.
Right.
Chisora is very funny, he's very, he's fun to listen to talk. So man, see if you can get you some sort of job as a commentator or something, man. Leave
Right.
that shit alone, bro. Same with Deontay Wilder, bro. People when he talk, people listen, man. See what you can do. Get you a podcast or some shit, man. Get you. I'm sure you can get you a job doing something else, man, making pretty good money, bro. But continuing to sacrifice your body
Mm-hmm.
like that, man, when you can do other things, man, to get your money, nah, man, I can't support that. I don't really want to see them two brothers fight like that, man.
Yes, sir. Oh, well, we got a super chat from Mr. Gumbo. All right, what's going on, Mr. Gumbo? Louisiana's finest, baby. Yes, sir. KQKC, you need to stop trying to join the Five Heartbeats. Eddie Kane is coming back.
Oh shit.
And that, Sue. Now, how about that? Eddie Kane ain't got nothing on me, baby. Yes, sir. All right, all right. What else we got? Knockout. What's in the news,
Man,
man?
last fight, man. Last fight, man. We got Ray Vargas and Mark Magsayo, man.
Okay, okay,
What you
man,
got? What you got on that, man?
man. Oh man. First of all, I asked everyone, round number one, what is the urgency from Messiah? Why was he trying to get the knockout right off the bat? Don't know why. Now, he said that they practiced that in training. But now, this is what got me. Now, I rewinded once I got off the live. Okay. On my Showtime, I can rewind it all the way back, I think about an hour or something like that. And I got back, and he said that they practiced that in training, but they didn't know he was that tall. What? You don't know who you're fighting? You didn't know he was that tall? And then we saw that his foot placement was off. Reason why I'm saying that because he couldn't find a way inside. So he did a kind of like a Superman or Batman thing. He went to the left, went to the right, then jumped up and trying to hit him with the right hand. All right. That's how anxious he was. That's how he was trying to go upstairs. But if he was thinking, if he had a better ring IQ, he could have went in and ate maybe a couple jabs, yes. But you can get under those punches and go down to the body. You can dig. You can keep working on that body from round one, maybe to round five. Then I think you might have him broke down. Because think about it. Vargas didn't have no legs in the later rounds. Now, of course, he survived, and because he knew how to survive, but he didn't have no legs, and actually, he won a round with no legs, But the knockout, I mean, knockdown. I'm sorry, the knockdown. Okay, that was legit. That was a knockdown because he got hit with a hook right hand by Masaga. All right, he caught him as he was coming in, and he put him right down on the mat. Now, of course, he wasn't hurt. He took it and took it well. Now, one thing about Vargas, and I always say this, a fighter like him is hard to fight. He's very hard to fight because he doesn't punch it straight. His punch is not landing straight, but he's throwing. He's throwing. He'll throw a jab out there. He keep Masaga busy, and that way Masaga won't jump on him. Now he was anxious. He was coming out the ring. He was straight coming forward. He was on him like white on rice, baby. All right, but still, Masaga still couldn't get nothing going. He was swinging with mean intentions and nothing there but air. All right, nothing there but air. And same with Vargas, but Vargas scored more. He went down to the body more. He threw the overhand right more. As Steve Farhood unofficial scoring will show you that he always stayed up front. Okay. So when that knockdown happened, all right, it made a dent in his lead, but he still was winning unofficially by 3 points. Okay, so but he added on to those 3 points by going in the next round and doing what he been doing, throwing punches, letting his hands go, using lateral movement, getting out the way, and of course Masaga was going in, throwing punches and missing once again. He'd come in, take his time, come in, then he'd web and throw another one, miss, nobody's home. Then he come in again and trying to throw a left. Boom, miss. Jumped up. Nobody's home. All right. So the judges see that. And this is one thing about the judges. one thing about the judges, they see you miss more than you land. I always noticed that in judges ever since I've been watching boxing. All right, because everybody in the stadium knows when you miss, because ain't nothing but air. Matter of fact, they probably can feel the breeze. All right, so one thing about the judges, they know when you miss, but they sometimes they miss when you land. So Masaga, for some reason, he was trying too hard last night, and Freddie Roach, I feel you, man. You're okay trainer. I'm not gonna say he's a great trainer, but uh, 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 but the instructions he was giving him, it was so asinine that I don't know what he was thinking of. Cause Freddie Roach telling Masaga, because I rewinded, and he said that, hey, look here, this is for the championship of the world. You can do it. Just come on and do it. It's in you. I know it's in you. Come on, right? And I'm like, Freddie, that's all you got? You can't tell him how to come in? Because, see, he should have better footwork than that. If you are a WBC featherweight champion, I think you should look a little bit better than that. So his footwork was way off. Matter of fact, I don't think he had any footwork, really. He's just trying to find a way to end. So he tried to jump in, and which is not a great idea, because if Vargas was a little more experienced, he could have caught him coming in. But I'm very surprised at Shake 'em Up Freddie, baby, because Shake 'em Up Freddie didn't give him no damn inspiration. He's like, man, this is for the championship of the world. This is what you've been wanting to do. This is what you want to do. This is your first defense. Come on, defend it. Come on, get in there. I'm like, this ain't football, dude. This ain't football. But Masai, he missed more than he landed, and that knockdown didn't help. All right, because Vargas still was ahead. Now, I tip my hat off to Vargas, but that's just like Masaga, didn't hold that belt very long, because that was his first defense, and he lost it. Well, I'm gonna tell you, Vargas not gonna hold that belt very long either, because he's at 126 right now. And you know who's at 126? A lot of guys. A lot of guys is more technical than he is, got a better ring IQ than he is, because his punches was sloppy. His punches was kind of wide, but they was good enough to keep Masaga busy. So what was Masaga's problem was the reach and height. He didn't know how to get around that, and that was his downfall. So yes, Charles Johnson, Freddie is overrated, as a trainer. Like I say, I think Manny Pacquiao pretty much elevated him as a good trainer, and he stuck with Manny Pacquiao. I mean, Freddie Roach, and that's why Marvin is there. Marvin's there because he's a Filipino also, and Manny felt comfortable having another Filipino in the stable. And that's why Amir Khan left, because Freddie wasn't showing him no love, baby. All right, he wasn't showing him no love. Amir Khan said, "I need help." And matter of fact, Freddie skipped out on a lot of fights just to be there for Manny Pacquiao. Some fights was on the same time and same date, but hey, it is what it is. So, but Masaga, no, he shouldn't have had the belt in the first place. All right, so that's how I felt. I don't think he was ready to be a featherweight champion. I think Gary Russell inched it out. But if no, may he rest in peace. Batman, if he was here, Batman would be laughing his ass off right now and say, "Hey, that what your ass get."
Yeah, sure would, man. Yeah, sure would, man.
That what your ass get. All right. And I think drink more water, or Zena I think Zena said that. He said, yeah, that's what he get for not getting Gary Russell a rematch.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what I got, man, on that. All right, go ahead. Knock out.
You want to catch your super chat?
I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, successful hustler. What's going on in that super chat? He said from last fight, I seen none can beat Santa Cruz. All right, yes, I think Santa Cruz will give Vargas trouble, big trouble.
And OG, it's like you took my thoughts and you said all my thoughts about Freddie Roach, man. I've been trying, like, public service announcement for every fighter out there, bro. Leave Freddie Roach garbage, bro. Like, he ain't overrated, bro. He's garbage, bro. He's not a good trainer. He was telling that man, "Hey, you got to punch. Hey, you got to punch." I'm like, What you mean? That's like telling a track star, like, hey man, you gotta run faster. Like run. Like, bro, he was telling that man to punch. He was cheerleading, no technical adjustments, no good instructions, man. Freddie Roach is a byproduct of Manny Pacquiao. That's all he is, man. Like, and I hate to do him like that, but bro, like, he's had opportunities to train other fighters, and he don't be doing good with them, OG. He don't be doing good with them. He like Mark Magsayo has not gotten better. His feet are still horrible. He still can't cut off the ring, and he's still just relying on his athleticism and his power. That's it. He ain't got no jab. He don't know how to cut off the ring. He was trying to follow Ray Vargas around the ring the whole damn time. And Ray Vargas wasn't just overly accurate, like you said. Ray Vargas was just more active. He just kept his jab out there. And he controlled the fight with his jab for the most part, for the majority of the fight. While Magsayo, he was just trying to jump in with power shots. Like, I understand Manny Pacquiao is his hero and shit.
Right.
He from the Philippines and shit.
Right.
But man, you ain't Manny, bro. You are not Manny Pacquiao. You can't be trying to jump in and do all the shit that he was doing, man. He was like, say what you want about Manny, but Manny was special, bro. Yeah. Like, and these Filipino, it's like these American fighters with the shoulder roll, OG. It's like with the shoulder roll, like everybody trying to be Floyd and shit. All them Filipino dudes, they run around this whole trying to jump in and fire off combination, then jump back out and shit, like with no jab, no footwork. Like, bro, you not Manny, bro.
You're damn right.
Like, he was great for Filipino boxing, but now it's time for somebody to take that torch and try to, you know what I'm saying, take it to another level and do something different. Like, because they on that American boxer shoulder roll shit right now. It's the same thing you see these Americans trying to do. Everybody got a shoulder roll and shit now, man. Right. Everybody trying to pull counter and shit. When they not fast enough to do that shit, then when they end up getting their ass whooped, they wonder why. Well, it's because you were fighting in a way because you were trying to beat somebody else, bro. Instead of working on your fundamentals and doing the style that works for you. You saw some shit work for Floyd, and now you want to do the shit too. That's what Magsayo is with Manny. He saw what Manny did, and he like, all right, I'm gonna jump in too. I'm gonna make sure I do all these leg workouts and shit. Make sure my legs are strong. I'm gonna jump in and out. I'm gonna be fast. I'm gonna have fast footwork. Like, nah, bro, that shit ain't working.
Have you ever seen Manny Pacquiao thighs? You see how big they thigh his thighs?
Yeah, bro. He got strong legs and shit, man. But that shit was
what makes him. Yeah,
he was he was natural, bro. Everybody can't fight like him. Trying to fight like these fighters that have like a one of a kind style, bro, is only gonna end bad for you. And it ended bad for Magsayo last night. If you look, but you could see this shit coming. First of all, he knocked out Julio Ceja on the Manny Pacquiao and Eudenis Ugas undercard, but he was losing that fight. He was losing that fight to a guy that came up from like 115 pounds, bro. He didn't look good in that fight. He saved himself with a last-minute knockout. Then after that, he fought Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. fought his ass with one arm. And some people believe Gary Russell outboxed him. Yeah. He couldn't do shit with a one-arm fighter, bro. Yeah. And then now, Ray Vargas, who was coming up from 122, no real power, he was able to outbox you with a jab. And Ray Vargas, his chin, getting on him real quick, his chin was up in the air. He was there to be hit. He wasn't pivoting around overly fast. Like, he had a lot of flaws, and that's why I agree with you when you said Ray Vargas might not have that belt long, because there's a lot of flaws that a better boxer is gonna take advantage of. Your chin up in the air, your jab, you're not jabbing for accuracy, you just jabbing if you Ray Vargas to keep somebody up off of you. That shit was able to work with Mark Magsayo because his corner was so trash and he can't cut the ring off, bro.
Exactly. Yeah.
He can't cut the ring off. And so he was able to outbox him until the point where it was like the 9th round where Magsayo finally caught him and put him down. But even after he put him down and Ray Vargas got up, Magsayo's footwork was so horrible he still couldn't cut off a hurt fighter and take advantage of hurting him and shit, bro. So it was a good fight. Don't get me wrong, but if you look at Leo Santa Cruz, I believe Josh Warrington has the IBF belt right now. Roger Gutierrez is the WBA champion. Right now, in my opinion, Ray Vargas is the WBC champion. He might be the weakest champion at featherweight right now.
Right. Yeah.
He might be the weakest champion at featherweight, but like you said, he wants Leo Santa Cruz, so make that shit happen, man. Yes. Make that shit happen. I'm all for it. That's what I want to see. So that's really all I got on the fight. Good performance from Ray Vargas. He took care of business. He did what he was supposed to do. But Mark Magsayo got to go back to the lab, and he gonna have to get another trainer, or he ain't gonna. He'll never get. I don't think he'll be champion again, OG.
No,
I don't think he'll be champion again at all.
Oh yeah, shout out to Bassiana the Menace. What's going on, my sister? All right, yeah, I don't think Masaga will be champion, at least no way soon. He has a lot of work to do, and I get it. You know, Manny, your idol. He fought in the same venue about what 20 some years ago. But that was then. This is now, and these young guys coming up right now is more advanced than Masaga is. Now, I don't know what they have in the Philippines. I know Manny Pacquiao was one of the elite fighters that came
And
out of there.
OG, real quick, I misspoke, OG, real quick.
Yeah.
The other champion is Emmanuel Navarrete. Gutierrez is at a higher weight class, so my bad.
Navarrete.
Whatchamacallit. Yeah, the other champion is Navarrete at
Yeah.
featherweight. But go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, because Shakir Stevenson won't Navarrete, but Navarrete, like Shakir Stevenson said, Navarrete, hey, he's talking about, there ain't enough money. When have you ever seen Navarrete saying there ain't enough money? Right? He never said no shit like that before.
Man, he know what Shakur would do to him, and he'd have to
Yep.
move up to that fight. He
Yep.
don't want no smoke with Shakur, man.
Mhm.
He don't want no smoke at all, man.
Yeah,
But let me
right.
ask you this, man. Last little bit, man, before we get out of here, man. Canelo Alvarez and Triple G, right? I heard you say you're interested in the fight and you looking forward to it. We got Eddie Hearn saying that it's bigger than Spence and Crawford. I heard you allude to disagreeing with that. Do you have a problem with Eddie trying to promote his fight and using Spence and using Crawford? Is kind of trying to criticize, that fight to big up Canelo and Triple G and what has you interested to watch the fight, man? Why are you intrigued with the Canelo Triple G fight all of a sudden, man?
Okay. Well, see, at first, make sure you get the lights up. We only got 99 lights, man. Hit the lights, man. We got 160, 65, 66 people in here, right? Hit the like button, all right? Show some love, all right? Now, I will say this. I wasn't intrigued by this fight. I said, hey, we've been there, we've done that, all right? And that's it. I don't want to see it, and Canelo, he admitted that he want to take an easier fight. He don't want to fight Bivol, all right? He don't want to take no rematch nowhere near it, all right? Okay, I get that, all right? I'm fine with that. Now, one thing I did say is that I do want to see this fight, and let me tell you why I want to see it. Because I want to see Canelo has still that courage to be that same Canelo Alvarez. Now, I'm thinking of the AB syndrome. All right. And I call it AB syndrome because I can use him as the latest example. Okay. Now, of course, we know when El Chino Marcus Madonna, what he did to Adrian Broner. Then after that, he pretty much wouldn't let his hands go at all. He wasn't the same AB anymore. All right. And I got to see how he looked also on August the 20th. August 20th, I believe. But now I want to see Canelo. Now, Bivol whooped his ass to a pulp. All right. Bivol pretty much did what he wanted to do. He fought tall, he fought small. He used his jab. I mean, he didn't do anything special. He didn't come no great game plan or anything like that. He just boxed. That's all. And I want to see what Canelo's gonna do. I want to see is Canelo gonna be that same Canelo, or he's gonna be afraid to let his hands go. Triple G gonna see that, and maybe Triple G might turn it up a little bit, old as he is. But at least Triple G admitted it that, hey, look, I need this fight for financial stability because it's going to be my last fight and I'm going in retirement. So at least he admit that, all right? But Canelo, this is what I want to see. I want to see is Canelo is really, really, really going to be affected by that loss. Because what I hear is allegedly that this loss is really bothering him. He don't want to go near Bivol ever again. Now, I never heard that before from a guy like Canelo Alvarez. He always had a chip on the shoulder, but not this time. Not this time. So this is why I'm very intrigued. See what happens because I really believe that Canelo Alvarez, this is bothering him because he's got an attitude now. His energy is changing. He's not that easygoing guy anymore. He's that guy that's always mad or always saying this or saying that. He's not the same Canelo Alvarez. And sometimes when you used to winning and when you used to getting everything your way, and then when the judge just said you lost, and when the fighter said, man, you got, your ass whooped, then, oh, well, wow, 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 then, man, so that's why I want to see it. Now what else you asked me? That and what else?
Just Eddie Hearn and how he trying to promote them by saying
Oh
by
yeah,
basically
yeah,
shitting on Spence and Crawford. You got a
yeah,
problem with that, or just
yes.
part
You
for
know
the
what?
course?
Yeah, I do have a problem with that because uh, uh, um, your fighter Canelo Alvarez, he's supposed to be the face of boxing. He's supposed to be this guru of boxing or whatever you want to call it. He should be able to carry his own promotion. You shouldn't have to use Earl and Terrence Crawford. Why? Because you using that because everybody's talking about them, and they're not talking about this Triple G and Canelo fight because everybody been there not once, but they've been there twice. Now, everybody talking about Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, how late it's going to be, what's going to happen, who's going to win, is it going to be a draw, how much money? Everybody's talking about that fight, and I think it's getting to Eddie Hearn. See, Eddie Hearn is the only outspoken promoter right now in the boxing community. So now Canelo and Triple G is not getting that shine, baby. They're not getting that shine. Ain't nobody chitting chatting about them except the Mexican people. So but if he is so great, if he's so the face of boxing, then let him carry his own promotion. Leave Spence and Crawford out of that. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Because the fight hasn't been announced, we don't even know it's gonna be a fight. So leave them out of that. But like I say, fame. You know if you famous or not just by not sitting there doing nothing. And this is what going on with Spencer and Crawford. People still talking about him. People still saying this and saying that about him. What? But Canelo at Triple G, man, people, man, I don't want to see that. I said it at first, but now, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about how Bivol put it on Canelo Alvarez and how he's saying now, and I mean, he's saying this in public. I don't want to go near this dude. I don't want to fight him. It's not going to be a rematch. All right. I don't know when I'm gonna rematch him, if I rematch him. So there you go. All right, there you go. So that's what I mean. I don't agree with it at all. If you face the boxing, then you carry the boxing promotion. That's why I look at it. So
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes,
Uh-huh.
sir, man. I agree with everything you said, man. And just real quick, I'm kind of intrigued with the fight. I want to see how Triple G look at 168. I think
Uh-huh.
moving up can help him since he'll have to cut less weight. But when you said that but then my mind changed because you said he was already talking about this his last fight and retiring and shit.
Mhm.
And I don't know, like going into a fight knowing that it's your last fight. Sometimes it can make you leave it all out there, but sometimes, man, one foot out the door. I don't know if you gonna bring all that intensity and shit. So that's gonna be interesting to see how hard Triple G is willing to fight if stuff get hard for him.
Mhm.
Is he gonna bite down and keep coming and trying to fight? And for Canelo, like you said, man, a lot of the confident shit. Like, is he gonna be confident?
Right.
Is he gonna be the same Canelo? Coming forward, what's his gas tank gonna be like? Is he
Mhm.
because he looked extremely tired in the Bivol fight? How is the relationship with Reynoso gonna be affected? Like after taking this loss, like is there some tension there? Like so, a lot of intriguing things in that fight. I'm looking forward to the fight, but like you, Eddie Hearn, like bro, just talk about your fight. Well, he always putting other people's shit to try to promote his fight that he got going on, trying to
Yep.
shit for the promotional outfits and shit. That's why ain't nobody doing business with your ass, bro. That's why you boxed out and shit because you
Yep.
don't know how to be cordial and come to people correct. You always trying to make it competition and you always trying to make the shit, you know what I'm saying, by shitting on other promotional outfits when you need, you know what I'm saying? If maybe you handle stuff the right way, maybe you could have got an Andrade and Charlo fight.
Yep.
Maybe you could have got other fights if you had not came over on some I'm gonna take over the sport and screw the PBC, screw Top Rank, I'm the man. Like you came over there with that type of energy, so now it's getting back to you, and it seemed like he ain't learned his lesson because he's still doing the shit, man. He's still
Yep.
doing the shit. So good luck with that. Because after Canelo Triple G, what they got? Like,
Yep.
what other fights they got coming down the
Mhm.
pipeline? Anthony Joshua versus Usyk. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck with that. But man, that's all I got, OG. I ain't got much else on it.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. You got anything else? Knockout.
Nah, man, just everybody, thank y'all for coming in. Y'all check me out, man. Lord willing, I'll be live Wednesday and Thursday, and we'll be dropping daily content to the channel.
Mm-hmm.
May not have my camera on because for those y'all that just got in here, I do have COVID, so I'm quarantining, but it's a mild case, but so that's why the camera's not on this morning for anyone wondering. But keep me in your thoughts, keep me in your prayers if you pray, and we're gonna bounce back, but we will be dropping daily content to the channel. But that's really all I got, OG, man. Another great show. I appreciate you, man.
Hey man, I appreciate you. And for all you all know, I did announce it last night. I will be having a new time starting tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time. Me and Trill Boxing Talk will be trading places right now. Black my fight fan has some things going on right now. So they will be starting at 12:30. I'll be starting at 11 o'clock, 11 to 1. Okay. So there you go. This is gonna be going on for about 2 or 3 weeks and probably longer. All right. So, but make sure you all keep that in mind. I will post it on my community page. And look, I appreciate y'all coming in last night showing love. I thank y'all for coming in today showing love. And we still got 146 people in here. And hey, I appreciate it. All right. And I mean, I thank you all. And those was good fights. And hey, we got more fights to come, baby. All right. The year ain't ended yet. It's been a good year of
Got your
boxing.
favorite fighter in this week, OG, Ryan Garcia, your favorite fighter, man.
Yeah, right. But I will have Samson on the interview him this week. All right, before the Harvey Fortuna and Ryan Garcia fight. Okay, cause that's his fighter, Javier Fortuna. And so I will interview him this week live on my show, and we're gonna get into the particulars of the fight, and everything like that. So Ryan Garcia knockout is really looking through Javier Fortuna. He
Shit,
look
I don't know why. That's a tough ass fight, man.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know why he's looking through him, but he's looking through him to Tank Davis. So let's see what happens. All right. But I appreciate everybody coming in. You know where to find me at KQKC Boxing Network right here on YouTube Monday through Friday. And that's at 11 a.m. to 1. And also Saturday mornings, call in show. Then Saturday nights, if there's a fight like this weekend, I will be calling that fight. And of course, Sunday mornings, me and my man, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, will be live next week on his platform at 9 o'clock a.m. Central Time. So go ahead, Knockout. Did you tell me you'll be live Wednesday and Thursday? Did you tell me
Yeah,
that?
man. I'm live Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. So y'all come through and check me out.
All
And
right.
watch the daily content that we'll be uploading to the channel this week. I got nothing but time because I'm stuck in my room. So
Yes,
we'll
sir.
probably be doing 2, 3, 4 videos a day. So y'all be sure to check them out, man.
All right, all right, all right. Okay. And we appreciate that. We'll pray that he get better. All right. Okay. And with that, that's all I have. Shout out to the Almighty LDBC. And you all have a great evening. And I will see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. And with that, we out of here. Peace
Peace,
and love.
y'all.
All right.